Welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is Todd, Southern Zipper. I assume you know that if you're tuning in. Got a good review to do today, and I got a lot of updates and news that I want to talk about. So this one might get a little lengthy. First, let's talk about my plumbing situation. The good news is, and it's finally some good news, I've just had a belly full of bad news on this thing. Our local water and sewer service came out Thursday. Today's Friday, and did the marking and mapped us out so we know where to tie in the new sewer pipe. Guys were great. They also shot the camera from the street in towards the house and mapped out further in than they really had to, so it makes life a lot easier on my plumbers. They are supposedly coming tomorrow. You know, I'm trying to be optimistic about it, but there has been very little up to this point to be optimistic about. But we'll see. I mean, I'm just excited to even think about getting back to the damn house. Another thing I want to talk about real quick is tomorrow is Bayfest. Oh, for heaven's sake. We hadn't had a Bayfest in town in a long time. Dolphin Street Beer Fest. I will be going. I kind of absent-mindedly bought the ticket. I told myself if it's going to be 100 plus damn degrees, not going. Turns out I'm going because I bought the ticket, and you know, now I'm compelled. So I'll be down there. If you see an old fart on a bike, because I'm gonna ride my bicycle down. Oh, and here comes Mrs. Sipper and the rescue Sipper. I guess they're gonna have a little beverage and join me while I do this. I'm gonna ride my bicycle down because it just takes a couple of minutes for me to get to, you know, the entertainment district from my house. You all right back there? You know, and that way I can jump from joint to joint, or, you know, I can hit a cluster of joints and then another cluster over here, and we can do that really quickly and get in and out of downtown, you know, if it's just uncomfortably hot. You know, I get all of that heat I want during the day at work, unfortunately. So, you know, when it comes time to relax and whatnot, I just soon do it under some conditioned air. I'm a big fan of that stuff. Can't talk highly enough about it. So if you see me, yell at me. Be happy to see anybody. Not you necessarily.
If I see you, wave.
Even though she'll be there. Be happy to see anybody that you know, follows the channel. So, but now let's. Oh, yeah, the breeze does feel pretty good. Now we've covered all of that kind of stuff. Let's get on to the review. This is a new one for me from Oyster City. Let's see. Oh God, mango. It's yep. Mangrove Mango Pale Ale. Let me tell you how great my wife is. Today was the worst day I've had working in years. There ain't enough beer or whiskey or Delta 9 on the planet to knock the dust off of this day. It was just one of those days where everything I walked past, touched, whatever, did not go well. And it's just simple things, you know, it's just ridiculous. The whole day was just, everything just fell apart from the moment I got to work, except for the last little bit. You know what? I needed a couple of light bulbs in the shop bathroom, so I swapped out some light bulbs just to end the day on a high note. That's kind of how the day went. So to try to make me feel better, because I talked to her, we were on the phone about plumbers and stuff. She knew I was really bent. She went to the local, not the one I usually hit, Rouse's. She went to this really cool one downtown at Greer's Market and hooked me up with a 6-pack of review beer and some nice olive salad, because I love that stuff. And that's where this one came from. There's several more in that batch coming up. But this Mangrove Mango Pale Ale I've not had. Now this is a serious one. It comes in at 8.2%. It's dry hop with Centennial and Cascades. Now sometimes Cascades worry me a little bit, but we'll see how it goes. and it's fermented with mangoes. And it does have a born-on date on the bottom of the can of 6/27/23. Today is 8, I think 24, 8/25 in there. So it's been around a couple of months. Now it's classified as a pale ale. It's a nice golden, a little bit deeper than straw. Really large bubbles and all on the head. But it is well carbonated. There's a lot of bubbles in that glass. Oh man, and you know what? You can smell the mango on it. It smells quite fruity.
You know I'm not going to taste it.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh God, that just don't slide that across it.
I'm sorry.
Yep.
It smells nice and tropical.
You can tell Mom you're not going to slide and drink.
Yeah, I can't slide a glass on the glass table until she gets after it with the Windex and whatnot because of this dust and pollen on there. Grits across the glass, man, and it just makes her skin. It makes her skin crawl, and I will.
Don't.
Because I'm a bit of an ass, you know, just when we're sitting there doing it, I'll just. Oh, yeah, you know what? That's good. That's real. Ooh.
Is it good?
That's really good, yeah.
Oh, good. Well, Oyster City's down the street.
Yeah, Oyster City Brewing here in Mobile. They actually originate out of Apalachicola, Florida. And there's a parent company called Made by the Water. Right there on the can. Made by the Water. They bought up a few breweries, and coincidentally, they all just happen to be breweries that are in and around, or around bodies of water. They bought. It was originally called Serta Brewing downtown, and they bought one of my favorite breweries from Charleston, Palmetto. Charleston being right on the Atlantic, and of course we're right on Mobile Bay here. So the good news is on occasion now I can get some of the beers I really enjoyed from Charleston because of that partnership. Now it's a pale ale, don't get me wrong, but the mango is not, the yeast didn't ferment all that much of it out. So there's some of that nice mango left behind, and I think it pairs well with this pale ale style. The dry hopping is minimal. It's just enough. The Centennials, I'm not really picking up much, but there's just enough Cascade on the finish to cut through some of that fruitiness and the malty sweetness. This thing is really good. I mean, it's pretty unique too. Now, it's 8.2%, and you can tell every bit of it is 8.2% because it's a bit boozy. It says right there on the can too, keep on ice, which is good advice right now because it's 6:30 here and it's freaking damn near 90 degrees yet. We've got, I think, through Monday with these damn triple-digit temps, and then it's just the temp's gonna just drop off a cliff, and we'll be back down around 90 degrees.
Hopefully we get rain.
Yeah, we might even get some rain because as hot as it's been every bit as dry. I mean, it's popcorn fart dry. My dog was just walking and then just boom, just collapsed right there, and she's out. But that's what this one does. Let me try to focus here. Yeah, that's just great. Now, Oyster City is not participating in Dolphin Street Beer Fest, but last year, despite the fact that they weren't participating, I finished up my lap around all of the participating venues and wound up in Oyster City and sat down and bought myself a beer I knew I was going to really enjoy, and drank one, and then I ordered a second one and got part of the way done with that and rang up the Uber and got my 3-minute car ride back here. It was a great night, but for whatever reason they had it much later last year than this year. I wish they'd get back to that. I don't know why the difference. In years past, before I moved up to Charleston, it was always late August, like it is now, and then last year for some reason it was, I want to say it was in October.
Right, it was in end of September, first part of October.
Yeah, because you were in Pennsylvania.
I was in Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Look, this is, I like to talk about, when I tell people, about imperial stouts, that they're really big, bold, and intense, and there's a lot happening, and it's a bit of an assault on the palate right at first. This is another one like that. This is really intense and really flavorful, but everything that's in it, the maltiness and the mango that's left, and the way they hopped it, everything just works really well together. So that's just great. Anytime that I can find one that's made local that I know I'm going to enjoy, it's a good thing, because I try to support local breweries as much as I possibly can. So.
Okay, if you either wrap it up or we heading in, because it is hot.
Yeah.
Breeze be gone.
Well, I'm wrapping it up right now.
All right.
So, I think I covered everything I want to cover. So, like and subscribe, leave a comment. I always enjoy reading through my comments. And again, if you see me downtown, if you recognize me, just holler at me. And as always, enjoy your adult malted beverages responsibly. Oh, and as soon as I get back in this place, we'll be back on the Delta 9 program. Mom ain't gonna do it. I'm just gonna tell you now, she ain't gonna do it. So, as golden as I know that would be, it ain't gonna happen. So.
You have to slip it to her without her noticing.
Yeah, and that would be.
Then
she'd never. Yeah, she'd never forgive me for that. So, anywho, back to the end of this thing. I hope everybody enjoys their weekend.